I do apologize for that outburst, but I'm okay now. Hashtag catharsis. Today I thought we would continue our talk about Stoicism, going over the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and we ended up in book 9, and today I have a section of a single sentence, and it's very good, it's very powerful, I really like it. I think it is a great section, and it is one that I many times forget about, and I really love this one because it is so short and it sums it up so succinctly, as Marcus Aurelius tends to do. So I wanted to go over this. You should leave another's wrongs where it lies. I'm sorry, that was a weird way to put it. Let me do that again. Take 2. I'm not gonna edit this, so don't worry about it. You should leave another's wrongs where it lies. Oh, that's a mistake. Number 3. It's only one sentence. I can't get this one right. You should leave another's wrong where it lies. Hence the is. That's what confused me. You should leave another's wrong where it lies. So if someone says something that annoys you, and it's not a life-threatening situation, it's just someone says something or does something that upsets you, you could say, huh, and then move on. But it's not that easy, is it? At least to me, it's not that easy. I've gotten much better at it, but I still occasionally experience things in life that get under my skin and that I find hard to let go of. Whether it's something that someone says or something that someone does. I don't know about you, but I often have the almost knee-jerk reflex to say something back or want to respond. In my case, I've mentioned this a number of times, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but in my case, often it's YouTube comments, people leaving YouTube comments that are unpleasant. It's not the comments along the lines of "you're an idiot" or because that's just stupid. But it's the comments where someone gets very personal. And then often I slip into a mode of thinking, listen, man, because 9.5 out of 10 times it is a man, not a woman. Listen, man, I'm doing these videos for free. Give me a break. And I feel a need to respond. Now, what I do these days, I don't make no mistake. I know if you follow me on Instagram, I sometimes post these things and my responses to them. But bear in mind, I would say that at this point I respond to maybe 5% of these kinds of comments that I receive. So that used to be 100%, and I used to be, I think, much more unpleasant. These days I try to just respond with some sarcasm because it makes me laugh, and then I feel better. Most of the time I don't respond at all, which I think is the wise thing to do. But who's truly wise, right? The point of Stoicism is you emulate the sage, and the sage would be imperturbed. The sage is imperturbed. So force. The sage is not affected by someone calling him an asshole. Sorry, but for lack of a better word. The spoudeos, the virtuous man, is not a virtuous person, right? But it's old male jargon in ancient Greek. But I think the Stoics would be absolutely gender neutral had they been active today. But anyway, so the virtuous person would probably also just be like. But who can truly be offended by something, a personal attack on you, and be like 100% of the time? I don't know if it's possible. Maybe it is possible for some people. I don't think for me it's possible. I've made much progress. As I said, I don't immediately snap and lash out. I don't have that anymore. I've made the deal with myself. If I, for example, sorry, I have to stick to YouTube because it's the best example I have. But if I get an unpleasant comment, that again, that's not "you're an idiot, you're ugly." I don't care about that. That rolls straight off. That's not the issue. But it's the really personal attacks. Then I've made the deal with myself that I can't respond straight away. I have to wait at least an hour. And most of the time after that hour, I feel fine. And I don't have the need to say anything back. And then sometimes, sometimes what happens is that person will then leave another comment on another video or another well, at some point I block those persons. But sometimes I do feel a need to say something back. Also to let someone know this is just not okay. It's not okay to post these kinds of comments. I know it will make no difference, but I like to think it may make a difference. I'm sorry. Sorry. So I wait, and then often the feeling, the need to respond dissipates. But even then, sometimes it's still there. And I think this is such a beautiful way of putting it. You should leave another's wrong where it lies. You should leave another's wrong where it lies. That person says something, does something wrong, leave it where it lies. I had this experience a few days ago. I was driving somewhere. I was approaching a traffic light. My light was green. There was someone on the right. They also have traffic lights. Now, for my European friends in North America, you are allowed to turn right through a red light. In my country, it's not allowed. You would be fined. But here you can. So I'm coming up straight as this other car waiting. And I'm coming up at 60 kilometers an hour. 60 kilometers an hour zone. It's a residential area. And this other person turns onto the road right in front of me, which was the wrong call to make. It was objectively the wrong call to make because I was too close. So I had to brake. And as if that was not bad enough, I think there were 3 people in the car. I couldn't really make out. I had the feeling they were younger people, a young driver with 2 friends, and that's a dangerous combination, right? So to make matters worse, not only did they cut in front of me where they shouldn't have. Again, my light was green. They had a red light. You can turn right through when it's red, but you do have to make sure the road is clear. And they didn't do that, which is kind of the basic thing. But then to make matters worse, they kept driving at a speed of 30 kilometers an hour. So I was getting quite close, and of course I braked. But then I thought, well, it's okay. I'll just, you let go of the accelerator. It's okay. But I really had to brake because they were just going at half my speed. So not only did they cut in front of me, but they were going half the speed. And I thought to myself, God damn it, because it's like, what are you doing? But then I also thought to myself, I didn't shout at them. I didn't honk or something. No accident occurred. And I thought to myself, but I've made mistakes too. Everybody, show me the person who has never made any mistake, any judgmental error, whatever, in traffic. We all do it. Sometimes you think you can go, you shouldn't have gone. You're going too slow, you're going too, whatever. People make mistakes. And as soon as I thought that, it was magical. As soon as I thought that, the whole feeling of annoyance dissipated. And there was a time when something like that would have happened. I would have been thinking about it all day. That's how bad I was. I don't mean that in a strange sort of pathetic way, but that's how bad it was. It would occupy my mind. I would find it very difficult to let that go. I still have that sometimes, but it's become a lot less. And it's really the Stoicism that has made a big difference in that. So, to me, that matters. And I was able to do what Marcus tells us to do here. I left that person's wrong where it lies, or where it lay at that point. He made a mistake. Silly. It can happen. No skin on my back. There was no accident. It's not that I had to swerve out of the way to maybe hit someone else or just be really startled. None of that. I just had to brake where it wouldn't have been necessary for me to brake otherwise. Very important, I think, that way of thinking. That person's wrong could be left exactly where it was, and that was the end of it. And it's such a, to me, I don't know about you, but to me, it's such a relief. It's such a relief when something like that happens. You think, whatever, it's okay. It's okay. What do you do to yourself? What do you subject yourself to when you hold on to the other person's wrong? Where you sit, in this case, in your car, fulminating and fuming about how stupid everyone is and they can't even drive and this and that and the other. And then 10 minutes later, you make a mistake. But then it's not really an issue because then it was you and it never happens to you. You know, people are very eager and quick to explain those things away in themselves. Behold thyself. Anyway, these were my thoughts for this week. That's what I was thinking about. And that's it. Let someone's wrong lie where it is. Leave it with that person. Don't take on that burden of working yourself up and thinking about it and getting angry and that kind of stuff, because now their wrong becomes your wrong and you upset yourself and stress yourself out. All of this is easier said than done, but that's the point of Stoicism, right? It's not meant to be easy, it's meant to help you. And helping you is hard. It's a hard thing to do. But you can make progress. And progress is enough. I hope this was useful. I'll gladly see you again next week for more talk about Stoicism. Bye-bye.